We cut to a colorful classroom. Spider-Man memorabilia everywhere. Masks, posters, toys cluttered around the room. Children laugh as they play. Spider-Man is still a hero in their eyes. A teenager walks in quietly and organizes a colored desk. He straightens a row of Spider-Man masks, places a news clipping back on the wall, and it reads Spider-Man, no more. The teen frowns, fingers tracing the scar of a spider bite on his hand, as we cut to black. We cut to a grungy, dim hallway, lit by flickering overhead bulbs. Blood on the walls, echoes of groans and broken bones. Daredevil slices through the last dog. Enample, elbow to the temple, and baton strike to the ribs. One tries to escape. Black Cat flips in, lands gracefully, and whips out her grapple line, pulling him down the mold. Can you stop your redhead? I'm letting you have the spotlight. How generous. They walk over to a door. Felicia cracks the lock and kicks it open. Inside, a small, private den. Dusty shelves, vintage liquor bottles, documents scattered. Roderick Kingsley's mid-step out the window. He freezes when he sees them. Nice try. She yanks him back in the collar. He tumbles to the floor with a crash. Daredevil steps toward the open safe. Inside, a thick folder, USB drive, photos, and blueprints of New York's 5 boroughs, marked with gang territories. He opens the folder and his bro photos. This is big. That's turf map, but these names, Silvermane, Hammerhead, Fisk, the Maja families, all of them, and locations, warehouses, fronts, members. This is more than intel. It's a blueprint for something coordinated. What the hell were you planning, Kingsley? Kingsley dives for a drawer. Daredevil hits him with a swift thwack. Out cold. Well, he's not talking. Suddenly, a click of heels. From the shadows steps Silver Sable. Immaculate white combat gear, platinum hair, calm precision in her eyes. And you are? Sable. Nice to see you again. Sable's gaze is cold, and there's a moment of shared history between them. Unfinished business. You know who I am, Felicia. More importantly, who I represent. Silvermane's daughter. Right. Tell your father the past stays behind. Past stays buried for a reason. There's that for you. This isn't about the past. It's about what's coming. She walks towards the folder. The city's fractured. Every gang, every family, every monster trying to rise up and claim a piece. But this is something else. The storm is coming, and without Spider-Man, no one's going to stop it. Spider-Man. We don't even know where he is, or if he still gives a damn. Then find him, because this isn't just about crime bosses carving up turf. This city, the infrastructure, the people, the balance, it all collapses if the wrong hands out in their grip. And trust me, they're already tightening. She glances at Kingsley. I'm not here on my father's orders. Not exactly. But if I have to choose between watching New York burn or asking for help, I choose the latter. And so should you. Daredevil and Black Cat share a quiet glance. When you find him fast. Find Spider-Man. She turns, walking back into the shadows. Ambient horror. Fog swirls, New York's warped, buildings dripping like wax. Peter Parker runs through distorted alleys. As a glider slams into Peter, he tumbles, groaning, screams echo. Mysterious illusions ripple across the sky. Vulture swoops, Peter jumps, barely saving a falling child, who webs the glider, slams it in a goblin. The explosion fades as silence. Peter approaches the downed goblin, pulls off the mask. It's Ned Leeds. No. Ned. He staggers backward. His hands are covered in blood. Suddenly, webbing engulfs him, dragging him into a cocoon. May, MJ, Ned, voices swirl around him, judgmental, sorrowful, damning. Peter wakes up. Peter jolts awake. Grim, ragged, sweat-soaked. The Queen's apartment is small, humble, clean, but empty. 2 years since breaking point. He sits on the bed, staring at his trembling hands. The mask is gone, but the weight isn't. Peter tries to assure himself that everything's just a dream, as we cut to a montage.
Raindrops keep falling.
Peter buys from New York City, headphones in, and everything's peaceful. He helps an old lady cross the street. He takes his college classes and takes notes quietly. Then he looks at the Spider-Man street mural. Kids pose in front of it. He smiles until someone spray paints over it. Murderer. Peter walks on, alone, lighter, but still haunted. Peter enters Oscorp, ID clipped to his coat. He walks through glass-paneled halls, sleek, pristine, the hum of innovation everywhere. On wall screens, conceptual simulations, emergency evacuations, disaster response models, first responders guided through zones, all labeled prototype/test phase. He stops at reception. Hey, has Harry checked in yet? Before the receptionist can answer, Norman Osborn steps in from the side hallway, impeccably dressed, calm, and warm. Peter, always a pleasure to have you here at Oscorp. Peter takes his hand, just a hint of hesitation, but Norman's grip is firm, polite. Thanks, I didn't know you were around. I try to keep a lower profile these days. Let the next generation shine. Harry speaks highly of you, and after everything, I'm glad you're part of this place. You belong here. Beat. Norman glances at one of the prototype simulations. Not proud, not scheming. Thoughtful. Thanks, Mr. Osborn. Please, just Norman. Hopefully you'll stick around long enough to see what we're unveiling soon. It's ambitious. Yeah? What kind of ambitious? Careful and ambitious. Something meant to help people before things spiral out of control. Let's just say, Oscorp is trying to build a safer, stronger New York. Peter nods, processing. So, is that what we're all working toward? Norman considers the question. No lies, no secrets, just limits. Parts of it. No one builds something like that alone. Brief pause. You'll see soon enough. Norman gives a parting nod. Harry should be on his way up. You boys have good one. He walks off with quiet dignity. He cut to Peter, now at his high-tech lab station. Precision tools, futuristic tech. His hair's longer, eyes more tired. He's focused, but there's a quiet heaviness in him. Holographic schematics float around him. Non-lethal drone frames, routing algorithms, emergency response overlays, everything labeled test build. He's building nanotech drones for urban safety. Sleek, efficient, non-lethal. One prototype stalks mid-air. Peter calibrates it manually, stabilizes. Harry Osborn walks in, coffee in hand. You ever take a break? Trying to beat your father's ghost. It takes time. Well, you're doing better than most. They bump this. Peter hesitates for a moment, then sets his stools down. Hey, I just want to say, thanks. You and your dad gave me this shot, even after everything. A lot of people wouldn't have. Come on, man. You're family now. Always have been. Small slides. The unfinished drones hum softly. Peter nods, eyes a bit glassy, but he hides with a small smile. So, how are things with MJ? Really good, actually. She's out of town for a bit, doing some modeling gigs. It's in Korea, Europe, mostly, even Latveria. Simcory? That's wild, but Latveria, that's a bold choice. Yeah, right. She said Doom gave her a nod of approval. Still not sure if that's a compliment or a death threat. What matters is that Mary says she's happy. She's coming home in a while. But I'm happy for you guys. You make a great team. Thanks, man. It means a lot. Oh, also, Dad's been locked in this lab all week. Something big's coming. Project Rain or something. I stopped trying to get the full details after the third NDA. Peter looks back at the drone in his hands. Rain? You think this stuff is part of it? Maybe. Or maybe it's just one brick in a really big wall. So nobody really knows what the whole thing looks like yet. Guess not. Which is kinda terrifying and kinda exciting. Peter nods, uneasy but hopeful. Yeah, both. A quiet moment between them. The hum of unfinished tech fills the room. Come on, let's read the cafeteria. Pretty sure the chef finally stopped burning the soup. Well, miracles do happen. They walk off together, laughter fading behind automatic doors. We cut to Jonah's apartment. The city closed outside. A nearby table, a worn sketchbook, open to the crane drawing. Spider-Man shooting a young boy from danger. J. Jonah Jameson sits in silence, sipping cold coffee. His eyes linger on the drawing. His sons. We cut to a flashback. Chaos erupts. Masked men, under the goblin's orders, open fire at a high-rise charity gala. Wealthy guests scatter in terror. Near a corner, Jonah's young son stumbles. One masked thug aims at him, steady. Crash! And Spider-Man dives in through the glass, a blur of red and blue. Lands hard, knocking the thug off balance. One fluid motion. The guns web away. Tag, web yanked to the wall. Spidey looks down at the trembling boy. You alright, kid? The boy nods. Spider-Man grabs him and leaps out of the window as green smoke fills the air. Back to the present day. Jonah breathes heavily. He looks at a framed headline. Spider-Menace strikes again. He hesitates, and sits face down. He turns to his laptop. Files, PDFs, donations, fake charities, shell companies. L. Thompson Lincoln is everywhere. He opens a blank document and begins typing. He spent years chasing the wrong man. All that fire, all that outrage, wasted when someone showed up when no one else would. I got to a luxury penthouse. Floor to ceiling, windows overlook New York. The city glows below, alive, unaware. Kraven stands perfectly still, back to us. The room is vast, almost empty. No celebration, no excess, just sad, just shadows. Along the walls, old trophies, lion heads, wolf belts, cracked horns. Dust clings to them, forgotten. Kraven doesn't look at them. A phone vibrates to the glass table. He lets it ring once, twice, then answers. Things are unraveling in New York. Old scenes, new chaos. And when that happens, Kraven's eyes lift slightly towards the city. The spider always survives. Beat. Kraven finally speaks, calm, certain, almost tired. Survival has its limits. He ends the call. Silence. Kraven steps closer to the window. Far below, police sirens echo. Life goes on. In the reflection of the glass, his eyes burn faintly. Ancient, patient. He exhales. Not anticipation. Acceptance. I got to the Daily Bugle in Jonah's office. Berry Brand Anders holding coffee in the file. Jonas at his desk, scanning spreadsheets and clippings. You've been here all night? Couldn't sleep. That's the first. She sets the coffee down beside him, notices the open files. Mr. Lincoln? Fist? He's not what he says he is. Betty, I found shell companies linked to slumlord properties, campaign contributions through anonymous donors, and somehow the city still calls him a hero. And we're publishing this? That's what this place is for, isn't it? The truth? Betty watches him closely. You've had the truth in front of you before. You didn't always bring it. Jonah pauses. The silence says everything. Maybe I've been wrong before, but not this time. Is this about your son? He finally looks at her. You still draws him. Spider-Man. Said he saved his life. And I just sat on camera, night after night, calling him a menace. No more. Not when there's real monsters walking around in suits. Betty nods, quietly moved. I'll help you cross-reference the findings. Jonah almost says thanks, but instead just nods. He got to the fee center. Busy, but calm. Volunteers pass out food, laughter in the background. Peter loads boxes with Miles Morales. Gwen's setting up for a thing. You going? Yeah, just a minute. We cut to Gwen Stacy performing acoustic guitar. Beautiful. Personal. Peter watches from the back with quiet pride in his eyes. Later, on the rooftop. You look tired. Haven't been sleeping. Or you changed. Still thinking about him? I killed my best friend. tried to save him, but wonderful. I can't be Spider-Man again. Every time I put on the mask, someone gets hurt. Every time I try, someone dies. But what happens if you don't? What happens to those who can't save themselves? Silence. The wind rustles. You just sit in it, broken but surviving. Peter slowly stands. I should go. Gwen hesitates, then gently reaches out. Wait. Could you do me a favor? Peter turns to her. Soft smile, despite the weight in his eyes. Anytime. She hands him a small folded piece of paper. Don't open it yet. Just when you're ready. Peter takes it, nods. A moment between them. The rooftop quiet again. He got to the Daily Bugle. The press is thunder. Jonah watches the papers roll off. A bold headline in the front page. Feast or Fraud. The Truth Behind Lincoln Tombstone by J. Jonah Jameson. He picks up a copy. His fingers linger over the byline. He quietly slips some drawings into the inside pocket of his coat. He looks out the city through the glass wall of the bullpen. No words, just wait. A man trying to make it right. Cut to an alleyway. Miles walks home. He sees a mugging and pauses. Wrong place, kid. They chase him. He runs, panicked, cornered. He leaps and sticks to the wall. Crawls upward and breathless. What was that? Peter approaches a cozy house. Grocery bag in hand, his phone shows a checklist. College, work, buy motorcycle, groceries. He knocks. Mrs. Leeds opens the door. Warm, but tired. Oh, Peter, you brought this again. Evening, Mrs. Leeds. Got your groceries for the week. Come in, come in. Cut to, they eat and all at the table. Peter, you really don't have to do this every week. He was family. This is the least I can do. She taps her eyes with a t-shirt. Peter Jan pats her hand. That night took everything from us. We didn't deserve it. Ned was. He was the best of us. Alam mo, he always said you were brilliant. Even if I forgot why, I could see it. You're a good boy, Peter. I'm just trying to do right by him. We cut to the Daily Bugle. J. Jonah Jameson stares at the skyline, anxious. A breaking story is on the desk. A cover-up involving Tombstone's front companies, police corruption and feast funding. Suddenly, Tombstone walks in with Electro by his side, crackling, faintly with static. Jonah freezes. You printed this? You know how many zeros I've kept on your payroll? You're not just dirty. You're a damn disease on the city. And yet here you are, keeping quiet for all these years. Think your boy would like to know how many people he's been lying to about his health? Tombstone drops the photo. It's Jonah's son, weak and lying in a hospital bed, his face pale, hooked up to IVs. A pile of unpaid hospital bills rest on the bedside table. In the background, two suited men can be seen, one carrying a clipboard. I'm sure you'd like to know what's really funny. his treatments. He slides a folder across the desk. Jonah opens it to see more photos of his son, including one showing Tombstone's men in the background of hospital. Keep pushing, and he disappears. You know, accidents happen every day in New York. He leaves. Electro gives Jonah a little children's way out, playful, but a warning. We cut to the Murdoch and Page law firm. Karen Page opens the door to a frantic Jonah. His usual bravado is gone, replaced by desperation. I need protection. And I think not just from lawyers. Matt Murdoch listens silently, reading Jonah's heartbeat, voice cracks. Tombstones and everything. The police, the banks, the shelters. I can't expose him alone. He's got my son. He's threatening his life if I say anything else. Matt nods. You came to the right place. We got an interior shot of inside a church. The church is silent, with the only sound being the faint echo of distant city noise. Candlelight flickers around the room, casting soft shadows. Matt Murdoch, dressed in plain clothes, is seated in a pew. Deep in thought, Peter Parker enters quietly, his footsteps muffled by the carpeted floor. He walks slowly, his head down, until he sits next to Matt. The city is on fire again. Your name keeps coming up. Millions of people waiting for someone to stand up. Peter remains quiet for a moment, looking at the flickering candles. His hands are tense, and his shoulders are heavy with the weight of everything he's been through. Peter's eyes shift toward the stained glass window, and he speaks up, his voice low, almost a whisper. Hello, God? This is Peter Parker. Can I ask a favor? Matt looks at Peter, sensing his inner conflict. I know I've been your personal cat for the last few years, but can we not do that to me again? For a while? Peter sighs, his frustration bubbling to the surface. Say 50 or 60 years? I mean, that's long year terms, right? He pauses, gazing at the city skyline in the distance, before laughing bitterly. Not real long. I know the odds on that are about zero, but just for a little while. Another beat. Peter rests his head against the back of the pew, staring up at the high ceiling. Just kidding, God. Just kidding. He lets out a short, dry chuckle, the kind that doesn't quite reach his eyes. But I'll bet you knew that, didn't you? Matt watches Peter, his face softening. After a moment of silence, he speaks gently. You're not alone in this fight, Peter. But you have to choose whether you're going to fight. Peter looks down at his hands, the weight of the mask and the world pushing him into uncertainty. We cut to the tunnels under New York City, night. Tombstone walks through his underground hideout with Electra. They're sniffing around. I want the bugle clean by next week. No loose ends. You want me to fry Jameson? Not yet. Fear lasts longer than death. They pass crates marked with stolen Oscar tech. weapons meant for a citywide war. We got to rooftop tonight. Matt, now as Daredevil, meets with Black Cat, who's been tailing Electro. Lincoln's planning something big. Lincoln's planning something big. I've seen enough tech in that bunker. Lincoln's planning something big. I've seen enough tech in that bunker to blow a hole through Brooklyn. We're gonna need Peter. You know we don't. We can end this right here, right now. We've got them right where we want them. It's too risky. You're dangerous. Look, I know there's history between the two of you, but the city needs us. We need him. You know we do. Go to the city street, right? Peter walks aimlessly through the city. The glow of neon lights flicker off wet pavement. Passes by a small, quiet thrift store. Window dimly lit. Nearly forgotten in the buzz of the city. Something makes him stop. The bell chimes as he enters. Inside, racks of used jackets and coats, faded jeans, dusty shelves lined with old cassettes and posters. Peter runs his hand along a row of coats until he stops at a deep red, long trench style jacket with black inner lining. It's not flashy, it's worn, but it's sturdy. He pulls it off the rack and holds it up, contemplates. In the reflection of the fitting room mirror, he sees himself, tired, aged by loss. His gaze drops to the jacket in his hands. He grips it tighter. I'm sorry, Ned. I've got to do this. One last time. He buys the jacket, no hesitation. We got to a rooftop at night. The scene shifts. The city spreads beneath dark sky. Its glow faint in the distance. Peter lands gracefully on the rooftop, the coat billowing in the wind behind him. Daredevil's running there, his senses sharp, waiting near the edge. Black Cat leans against a wire, arms crossed, her gaze fixed somewhere in the distance. Her body language goes off. Peter steps up. He doesn't look at them immediately, his mind still heavy with his own thoughts. Sure? Peter doesn't answer immediately, taking a moment to collect himself. Then, his voice is steady, though laced with unspoken pain. It's our last time. One last time. Black Cat glances at Peter and says nothing. The tension between them is palpable, but they don't have the luxury of time for reconciliation. Daredevil nods, recognizing that this moment is more than just a mission. More with no name. Let's move. The trio leaps into action, moving as one toward the next chapter to fight, though the air is thick with unseen things. The bar with no name. The bar with no name is nestled in a forgotten corner of the city, hidden behind gravitated alleys and flickering neon signs. The kind of place that doesn't show up on maps. A place you only know exists if someone invites you. And even then, you question going. This is it? This is the place. Doesn't look like much. It isn't. Most don't even know it exists unless you're in the life. My friend tips off. He was my friend. Figures. Cass always had a thing for bars full of scumbags. They approached the back entrance. Heavy steel door, no windows, Peter glanced at the wall. Bullet hole. Scars to brickwork. The inside is twisted dive. Dim lights, stick floors, the air reeks of old beer, gun oil, and fear. At the bar are the enforcers. Montana, Fancy Dan, and Knox, mid-drink. Off to the corner, we have Slide, Overdrive, and Shocker. Low-voiced conversation. A few others lurk in shadowy booths. Faces that scream one. The music screeches to a halt as Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Black Cat step inside. Silence. Tension. Everyone stops. Oh damn, I thought you were dead. Rumors are a hobby of mine. Gotta say, jacket's new. Thought you were more spandex. Not to dress for the occasion. Welcome to the death trap, webhead. Welcome to the nursery. Where's Tombstone? Don't take walk-ins. We're not asking. That's so. Fancy Dan sulkily reaches for his piece. In an instant, flip! Spider-Man moves his hand to the table. The room erupts in chaos. Gears scrape. Guns drawn, but no one fires. A heavy, animalistic presence suddenly chokes the air. Then, a voice. You wield all this power, and still you crawl. You claim to protect, but how many have died in your name? The crowd parts like prey, sensing an apex predator. Kraven the Hunter steps in from the shadows, cloaked in furs, silent as undead, his eyes glowing like amber coals. Not just a man, something older, hungrier, inevitable. Peter goes still. His breath catches. His spider sense screams, but it's different. Not danger, not warning. Doom. You feel it, don't you? Peter takes an instinctive step back. I've hunted many men before. Kings, monsters. But you're something special. Not just another hunter. You're reckoning. Silence. Even the air seems to retreat. Black Cat and their devils stay frozen. They can't move. They won't. This isn't their fight. They know it. Peter's hands tremble slightly as he raises them. He forces a breath. He stands silence, but his voice cracks. I don't want to fight you. You already are. Then he strikes. Fast. Brutal. Peter barely blocks. Kraven's strength is overwhelming. Every blow feels final. Every strike meant to end him. Peter's dodging, not fighting. He's on the back foot. His usual quips, gone. This isn't a brawl. It's a hunt. Chaos erupts. Enforcers, Warthogs pull weapons, lunging at Daredevil Black Cat. Knew this place had no class. She flips a table and walks, engaging with whip-fast strikes. Finally, Peter needs her help. He ducks under gunfire. His split club cracking skulls, pushing toward the exits. Cut off. Peter doesn't hear them. All he hears is screams and breath. All he sees is a predator, moving with patience and certainty. You wear that costume like it means something. A symbol of defiance. But a costume doesn't stop the hunt. I've survived worse. You've survived because I allowed it. Kraven lunges. Brutal combo. Slashes with his blade gun. Peter dodges left. Too slow. A gash opens around his ribs. Peter screams. Flips backward. Crashing into the table. You waste your power hiding. Masking pain behind jokes. What happens when the mask cracks? Peter pushes up. Bleeding. Still standing. Then they'll break your legs. The crash and roar of chaos surrounds them. Daredevil is locked in brutal combat with Fancy Dan and Montana, who fight with precision that keeps even Matt on edge. Black Cat flips over a table, narrowly dodging Ox's haymaker. She glares at Peter, but she can't reach him. She won't. She knows. This fight isn't hers. Kraven lunges with a spinning elbow. Peter ducks, barely. The gust of it brushes his head, as if brushing off a life. Peter fires a web. Kraven rips it from the wall with one arm, eyes never leaving Peter's. Why? Why are you doing this? You killed a helpless child. A friend who trusted you. That does not make you the apex hunter. That makes you prey. Peter's eyes widen. Ned. The memory pierces him. His balance breaks. Kraven drives a knee into his ribs. Peter crashes to the wall, choking. You're fast, strong, clever, but your heart is bleeding guilt. Peter gets up, shaking. A small shard of his lens is cracked. Blood drips from the side of his mouth. His breath shortens. You fear me not because of what I am, but because you know what I've come to do. Peter backs up. He can't help it. You're no ordinary hunter. Kraven steps into the pale light. His eyes glow like dying embers. No. Peter stares at him. Something settles in his chest. You're that. Peter launches a last-ditch barrage of webs. Kraven tears through them like mist. He slashes with a hidden blade, cuts Peter's arms. Peter screams. Another strike. The red jacket rips. Kraven grabs Peter by the neck, lifts him. Peter claws at his grip. Nothing. You're not ready. Soon. Soon I'll beg you to end it. Suddenly, Peter's head was Kraven in his cracked mask. The hunter reels. This is not fair. Peter fires a web line. There's a hanging sign. Down to earth. Smoke, sparks, cover. Not tonight. He leaps through the flame and wreckage. The beard escaping to a side sky. Kraven rushes them below. Kraven watches from below. Silent, still. Then he smiles. Peter stumbles on the rooftop, mask half shredded, blood on his lip, his breathing rapid, shallow, gasping. He drops to his knees, his fingers curl into his chest. The city hums faintly around him. All he hears is his own heart. His spider sense is still ringing. Not a buzz, a siren. His hands tremble. He rips the rest of the mask off, gasping, sweating, pupils dilated. The moonlight reflects off the tears in his eyes. Peter clutches his chest, struggling to breathe. Panic, pure panic. He was going to kill me. Yes. He can't even finish it. His breath stutters, broken, vision blurring. His hand goes to the wall, trying to ground himself. But it's not working. He's never felt this before. Not like this. A distant siren, a subway rumble. The world keeps turning, but Peter Parker is still, frozen, terrified. He hunches over, shaking. A footstep lands softly behind him. Pete? Peter flinches like he's been shot, turns his head, eyes wide with fear. She sees him, the mask off, the bravado gone. Just a man, broken. She doesn't speak again, doesn't approach. She just sits beside him, far enough not to crowd, but close enough to be there. Peter bursts his face in his hands. For the first time in a long time, he cries. Peter crouches, knees pulled to his chest. His breathing is shallow, panicked. His eyes dart around, wild with fear. His hands tremble violently. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The weight of the fight, Kraven, the fear, the guilt, crashes to him all at once. He rocks back and forth, fighting the rising panic. Take it easy. Focus on your breath. Daredevil steps closer, kneeling in front of Peter. His voice is steady, grounding. You're still here. That's what matters. Peter's breath comes in fits, but his mind can't slow down. He's a mess, but Daredevil doesn't move away. He's been there. He's fought those same demons. You think this is easy? You think I didn't break when Foggy died? We all carry something, but you gotta get back up. Peter's panicked eyes lock onto Daredevil's, searching for any kind of comfort. Matt's hand rests on Peter's shoulder. You're not alone in this. Not now. Not ever. Peter gasped, stuttered to exhale, but his chest tightens. He can't do this anymore. It's too much. I can't do this anymore. Felicia, standing off to the side, takes a step forward, but Matt stops her with a quick look. You can't just stop the city. Tombstone is still out there. No, Felicia. You've done enough. We've got what we need. He looks at Peter, his voice dropping to a quieter, more personal level. We know where to hit Tombstone now. We don't need Spider-Man to do it all. Peter's head drops, exhaustion seeping through his body. His eyes flutter closed. The weight of everything is done, and everything he's filled to do, is too much to bear. Felicia's voice cracks a little, trying to hold on to something. But the city? Who handled it? Peter's done enough. Peter falls back, his body just giving out, his arms spread wide as he collapses into the rooftop, gasping for air. His mind is a blur. The world spills around him. The air is heavy with unspoken thoughts. The trio in silence for a moment, each feeling the weight of the night's events. We got to Felicia's apartment. Soft morning light filters through half-open blinds. The room is quiet, stylish but cluttered, with evidence of a life lived in shadows. Peter lies on the couch, shirtless, wrapped in bandages and bruises. A painkiller bottle rests on the table beside the half-drowned glass of water. Across the room, Felicia hardly stands in the kitchenette in loose black tea, her hair messy from sleep, brewing coffee. Silence, just a faint hum of the city outside. Peter slowly steers, wincing. Oh, bad. Your ribs are cracked, arms bruised to hell. Might have a mild concussion too. But hey, you're breathing, so that's something. Peter chuckles weakly, then groans. I guess I should be thankful they didn't leave me at the dumpster. I considered it. But I figured this was clear. Peter manages a small, pained smile. Felicia hands him the coffee. He sips it. Thanks. For everything. Felicia nods. Another beat of quiet. Where's Matt? Lawyer stuff. Something about pulling strings for someone to bugle? Didn't ask. You guess the look when it's personal. Peter tenses slightly. Brow furrowing. Wait, the bugle? What happened? Who's he helping? I don't know. He didn't say. Just told me it was sensitive. Peter glances away. Clearly unsettled. If something's going down, then Matt's on it. If it was something serious, if it's serious, he'd have told you. Probably. Peter sighs. Unconvinced, but letting it go. For now. Hope it's nothing too messy. With Matt, it's always messy. She smirks, and they sit in quiet again. It's 2 years too late, but I'm sorry for what happened between us, for how I left things. Felicia pauses, turns her back for a second, composing herself. It's all in the past. That doesn't mean it didn't hurt. I know. Those 2 years, I went to some dark places. Tried to lose myself. Singaria, Madripoor, a few faces you probably wouldn't like. But made it out. Scarred? Sure. But still me. She finally turns back to him, more grounded. Then Matt called. Said the city needed help. So, here I am, finishing what we started. Peter looks at her, something raw and grateful behind his tired eyes. She didn't have to. Neither did you. Silence. She walks over, sits on the edge of the couch, next to him. We're not the same people we were 2 years ago. And maybe that's a good thing. Peter nods. Meet. So, where are we now? Felicia shrugs, and half a smile. I don't know. Old friends who got each other's back? Peter reaches out his hand. She shakes it. Friends. Yeah, friends. A silent moment lingers, quiet, settled, and real. The hospital is bustling with activity. Matt, Murdoch, and Karen Page move quickly down the hallway, their footsteps muffled against the polished floors. They arrive at the room where J. Jonah Jameson's son is being held, looking pale and frail in his hospital bed, hooked up to machines. How much longer do I have? We've got a plan, but we need to move fast. We've got a safe place for you, somewhere Tombstone can get to. Just trust us. Jonah hesitates, looking at his son, who's barely conscious. I can't leave him. We're not leaving him. We're getting him out of the jail. Now let's go. Jonah looks from Matt to his son and nods. Though his eyes are filled with thought, he takes his son's hand and gently lifts him from the bed. The boy, weak but conscious enough to recognize danger. Getting you out of here, okay? Just hold on. We'll help you. Let's go. The trio quickly moves toward the exit. The tension grows. Jonah's son is fragile. Jonah's worries palpable. He moves swiftly down the hallway, but Matt's enhanced senses pick up movement up ahead. Tenses. Tombstone's men are closing in. Get to the back stairwell. Now. Come on, Jonah. Jonah's son is struggling to stay awake as they move. Jonah holds him close, his grip tight. They turn the corner, and Tombstone's men appear, blocking their exit. The thugs notice them immediately, and Matt sends his stone to overdrive. Karen, get Jonah and son to safety. Behind the others. Not without you. Go. I'll buy you time. Jonah hesitates, looking between Matt and the thugs. With a nod, he moves toward the stairway. Karen guiding him along, his son clutched tightly in his arms. Matt faces the thugs, standing his ground. How the hell can you fight like that? A really good load. With fluid motion, Matt takes down the first thug, moving with precision. Despite being blind, his senses allow him to dodge incoming punches, using his skin to block, his arm incapacitated attackers one by one. It's brutal but efficient takedown. Jonah and Karen stare up. Jonah still holding his son. The boy is fading in and out of consciousness. But Jonah's determination to protect him keeps him moving. Come on, we're almost there. They come for me. They come for him. It's my fault. No one's blaming you right now. We just need to get out of here. The trio exits through a side door to a back alley. Jonah looks around purposely. Matt and Karen are already assassinated. They won't stop. Tombstone is eyes everywhere. They don't know about this exit. We'll get you both to safety. Trust me. Jonah nods, his face edged with boredom. He's too tired to argue. They move quickly through the alley, staying out of sight. We'll get you somewhere safe. Jonah looks down at his son. Now son asleep in his arms, exhausted from the strain of the escape. We're not alone in this, Jonah. The camera follows them as they disappear around the corner, fading into the distance, ready to face whatever comes next. We got to Oscorp, a sleek, modern boardroom filled with investors, all watching a large screen. On it, a presentation of Project Rain, a display of advanced tech, something revolutionary, but details are still vague. Norman Osborn stands at the head of the table, calm and composed, exuding power. Now, this is just the beginning. We're in the final stages. The next phase will not just change industries, it will change the world. I assure you, we're ready to move forward. The investors exchange excited glances. Norman gestures to the screen before he can continue. Mr. Osborn, your son is waiting outside. Norman nods, his expression shifting slightly, just enough for us to notice, before he quickly regains his composure. Gentlemen, I had to cut this short about family calls. The future of Oscorp, however, will be in your capable hands. I look forward to discussing the next steps. Investors murmur in approval, impressed by both the project and Norman's charisma. Norman stands, signaling Harry to follow. Harry is waiting near the terminal exit. The camera lingers for a moment as passengers pass by. Suddenly, MJ appears, suitcase in hand. She spots Harry and waves. Harry smiles warmly as she walks over. I didn't think you'd make it. You know me, always manage to show up. They share a brief hug and be happy to see each other. So, how was it? Symkaria, Latveria? A whirlwind, but it was worth it. Do you think I may have a few stories to tell? One as I catch up and sleep. Before they can leave, Norman Osborn approaches from behind. He gives a smile, his presence as imposing as ever. Ah, the famous MJ. I'm glad to finally meet you in person. Harry speaks highly of you. MJ looks at Norman, a bit surprised but polite. It's a pleasure, Mr. Osborn. Harry's been keeping you busy, huh? A bit more than usual, but I wouldn't have it any other way. His smile is warm, but there's something else in his eyes, something calculating. Norman, his guards nearby, shakes MJ's hand. A warm but professional gesture. He nods to Harry, then turns to MJ one last time. It was a pleasure meeting you, MJ. I'm sure we'll cross paths again soon. He looks at his phone, receiving a notification that seems to post focus. Excuse me, I need to take care of something. The guards open the door to his limousine and he steps towards it. As Norman's about to leave, he pauses, looking at Harry and MJ. How are you two getting back? I assume alright? It's okay then. We'll take a cab. Of course. Norman gives a brief nod, then steps into the limousine. The door closes and the car pulls away. Harry and MJ watch him leave. A brief silence hanging between them. First time I've seen him distracted like that. It must be a rare sight. They walk to the curb, flagging down a taxi, ready to head back home. The city hums outside. MJ and Harry sit close together in the back seat. MJ watches the buildings go by, thoughtful. I'm glad I finally got to meet your dad in person. Yeah, he has the effect, huh? He's different than I expected. Charming, but there's a storm under the surface. Like, he's always calculating. Trust me, you're not wrong. It's just Norman Osborn. What has he been trying lately? Since everything. MJ nods, then turns her attention back out the window. Have you seen Peter lately? Yeah, the day ago, at Oscar. Really? How's he doing? He's the same Peter. Quiet, focused, a little more worn down, I guess, but he's good. Still working in R&D. I've been meaning to talk to him. Not just him, Gwen too. I don't know. It just feels like time to reconnect. If there's any place it'd be, it's Feast. Gwen works there full time now, and Peter helps out whenever he can. You know how much the place means to him. MG smiles gently. Yeah. Aunt May's legacy. It makes sense. They both sit in peaceful silence for a beat. Can I go there? After we drop your bags? Yeah, I'd like that. The taxi turns a corner. The city moves on. Peter walks alone, hoodie up, hands in his jacket pockets. The city hums around him. Traffic, chatter, distant sirens, but to him, it's all muffled, distant, like the world is moving without him. He glances over his shoulder. Nothing. Keeps walking. Peter waits on the platform. The lights above flicker softly. The screech of the train from the opposite track makes him flinch. He looks down a tunnel, dark, endless. Here's a faint whistling, the same one Kraven did in the earlier accounting. Not real, is it? He clenches his jaw, shakes his head. Then the train roars past. He blinks. For a split second, in the reflection of the glass, he thinks he sees a figure watching him on the other side of the tracks. He spins around. Nobody. Peter enters, locks the door, bolts it, then bolts the chain. He's alone. The room is quiet. Too quiet. He lets down his backpack, sits at the edge of his bed, and breathes. His hand shakes. He clutches his wrist, looks at his reflection in the window. It's darker now. Just his silhouette staring back at him. Then, a faint knock. He freezes. No one should be here. He pushes the door slowly, peers through the people. No one. He opens the door cautiously. Empty hallway. No sound. He steps back inside, Closes it again, this time slower. Exhales shakily, then speaks to no one in particular. I'm done. I walked away. Is it not what you wanted? He waits. Silence. Then whistling. Very faint. Like it's in his head, or outside, or both. Fear shuts his eyes tight. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. But in the corner of the room, shadows stretch in a way that feels too deliberate, almost like they're watching him. Fear curls in on himself at the edge of the bed, anxious, small, just a man. Not Spider-Man. Just Peter. Code. Quiet. Fog drips the rusted shipping containers. The moon reflects off dark water. Felicia Hardy, black cat, moves with practiced precision across the catwalks above a mostly abandoned port warehouse. She touches a finger to the communicator in her ear, whispering just above the wind. Matt, it's Felicia. I'm at the location one of the enforcers gave me. Docks. Here for the 7. Anything new on your end? Beat. A faint crackle from the earpiece. You've got Jonah and his son secure. Nothing new yet. Keep your eyes open. Let me know what you find. The line clicks off. She continues moving, hugging shadows. A matte black limousine rolls up silently. From the back seat steps Norman Osborn, immaculate as ever in his sharp three-piece suit. He's flanked by 2 Oscar security agents. Felicia narrows her eyes, Persian still being above. Her voice is hushed, barely believing it. Mr. Osborn? What the hell are you doing here? She shifts position, silent as a breath, following Norman's edge path from above. Norman moves through the echoing warehouse. It's empty, except for one man, waiting calmly under a hanging lamp. L. Thompson Lincoln, Tombstone, dressed in a tailored dark suit, skin like carved marble, still controlled. Right on time. Time is money, Lincoln, especially when I'm spending it here instead of building the future. You know what a future it'll be? Project Rain is bigger than anything New York's seen in years. You should be proud. That's why I'm here. Proud and I don't take shortcuts. Felicia watches from high above, blending with the shadows of the mountains. We're not cutting corners, just moving the road. You've got the vision, I've got resources. You get to make history, I got to help shape it. You own the Daily Beacon. You control the press, the narrative, the people. That's no small influence. You say that like it's a crime? I say that like I know what happens when people start believing their own headlines. Then silence. And before we continue, I've been looking into our connections. Roxon, unmarked shipments, payments of the books. And clean it up. If you drag us through the mud, this partnership ends. I'm not risking my company's future because your books don't add up. Always playing the noble. Tell me, Norman, how many deals have you made where you didn't go the other way? Fewer than you think. This project matters more than you know. Stop pretending you're not standing in the same boat as the rest of us. Business is business. Above them, Felicia moves straight. A quiet zap of electricity ripples through the air behind her. A voice. That's wise now, kitty cat. You really gotta stop moving like this. Felicia spins. Electro stands on a parallel catwalk, lightning dancing in his palm. He grins. Final. You again. Perfect. She throws a smoke pet and dives, vanishing to the haze. Electro fires a plan into the fog. She's gone. The meeting is nearly over. Tombstone checks his watch. Norman adjusts his coat, about to leave. I'm serious, Lincoln. I want Oscorp clear out of your mess. I won't let this project fall apart because you couldn't keep your hands clean. Relax. Everything's under control. Norman hesitates, then nods once and walks away. His guards open the door and disappears to the night. A moment later, Electro's voice crackles in Tombstone's earpiece. Bast got away. Slipped out again. Doesn't matter. She's Osborn. Should I be worried? Tombstone turns slowly toward the darkness, thoughtful. Osborn's not the problem. Not yet. We keep him close. Let him continue with the project. And when it's done, well, up to you. He steps back into the shadows of the warehouse. The light flickers. Silence. Pitch black. Only the faint hum of the city beyond the window. Peter sleeps fitfully. Sweat clings to his brow. A murky throw echoes the homecoming warehouse. Shadows dance across the cracked cement. Distant laughter. The faint screech of metal wings. Vulture dives from above, gone in a blink. Scorpion scales across the ceiling, just out of reach. Flashes of the Sinister Six. Not clearly seen, but felt. Weight pressing down. Then, from the smoke, Hobgoblin runs hard, blade in hand, orange cloak fluttering like fire. Here moves his mask. It's not twisted, just disappointed. You promised, remember? No more mask, no more blood. Peter shakes his head, voice shaking. I didn't want this, I didn't mean. Which we can fuck up anyway. Peter looks down. He's holding the glider's control rod. Ned's already impaled on it. No. Ned! Ned's knees buckle. He drops to the floor, staring up at Peter. You always say it's the last time. Peter falls to his knees, reaching out. Kraven's whistle pierces the air. Soft, creeping, dread. Peter looks up. Kraven stands at the edge of the shadows. Still, watching. No words, just judgment. Everything collapses around Peter. Dump! Peter slumps awake, stuck to the ceiling, gasping for air, sweating, shaking. He drops hard to the floor, crawls backwards until his back hits the far wall. Silence. His breathing slows, but only just. Then, a small weight in his pocket, something he didn't notice before. He reaches in, slowly, pulls out a crumpled note. Crayon paper, childlike, one simple drawing. A stick figure Spider-Man holding a balloon. Peter stares at it. No words, just drawing. He blinks, confused, moved, quiet. What is this? He looks at the window, then the door, then back at the drawing. Beat. He stands, grabs his jacket. The building is quiet, with only the soft sounds of the city drifting through the windows. Gwen Stacy walks through the hallways, her steps echoing in silence as she checks in the residence. She moves into the kitchen, and suddenly she freezes. Peter standing in the dim shadows, his back to her, holding something in his hands. Gwen instinctively reaches for a nearby kitchen knife, her heart racing. Peter? Peter spins around, his hands raised in defense. Whoa! It's just me. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. Gwen lowers the knife, letting out a sigh of relief. She looks him over, still a little confused. What? What are you doing here? It's really late. Peter glanced down at the drawing in his hands. A simple Spider-Man in crayon. A small but meaningful gesture from Gwen. He hesitates before speaking. I open it. No, the one you gave me. Gwen's expression softens. She steps closer but gives him space to process. Peter's eyes flicker down the drawing again, his voice soft but full of the weight he's carrying. What does it mean? Gwen walks a little closer. Her posture relaxed. What? She's serious. It's not about the drawing here. It's about what she's doing. What she'll do next. She gives him a reassuring smile, a mix of understanding and empathy. We've been through a lot. Sometimes you just need to rest. Peter looks up at her, still uncertain, still carrying the weight of everything. Tomorrow, we'll figure it out. But for now, get some rest, okay? Peter's eyes linger on her, a small flicker of something. Relief? Hope? He exhales, shoulders relaxing slightly. Yeah, you're right. Tomorrow. She gives him a final look of understanding before heading for the door. Sleep well, Pete. I'm here. Peter watches her leave, his eyes lingering on the crayon Spider-Man in his hands. The weight of everything still presses on him, but Gwen's words. Tomorrow. He lets out a slow breath, the first true exhale of the night, and sinks down on the couch, the drawing still on the screen. Peter slowly wakes up on the worn couch, blanket over him, sunlight spills in from the windows. He blinks, groggy, and notices a note on the table beside him. It's in Gwen's handwriting. Put a blanket on you. Hope you didn't mind. There's food in the kitchen. Find me when you're ready. Then we'll talk. Peter chuckles softly to himself. He stretches, sits up, and heads toward the kitchen. Peter munches a half-wrapped sandwich, biting onto it with wondering pause. As he eats, he helps carry a box of blankets, fixes a crooked frame on the wall, and gives a gentle pat to a sleepy kid's head. As he rounds the corner, he freezes. Gwen stands across the hall, talking to someone. Karen Page. The conversation is hushed, serious. Peter tilts his head, confused. Then another voice from behind. You're walking quieter these days. I almost miss you. Peter turns and sees Matt Murdock, cane in hand, leaning casually against the wall. Yeah? Must have slipped past your bat radar. That's Sonor, and technically, Pat stole it from me. They share a small laugh. What are you guys doing here, man? If you're here to bring Spider-Man back, sorry, the guy's gone. I'm not here for that. We've been relocating Jameson and his son here, safer than most places in the city. Karen's been in contact with your friend, Gwen, for a while now, through some old cases. Wait, James? Didn't tell you. After his article on Tombstone stirred things up, threats started coming in. Bad ones. I figured the less he knew, the less he'd worry. Didn't want to pile more on you. Peter's jaw clenches slightly. He glances toward Gwen and Karen. You didn't know I was here, did you? Nope. That's something. Peter takes another bite of his sandwich. But now that I do, if there's even a part of you who's considering it, coming back, you need help, Pete. Peter doesn't answer. Osborne's involved now. Maybe not intentionally, but Tombstone is. And his moving pieces. Your friend Harry might get caught in the crossfire. That hits Peter. He looks down at the floor, troubled. Wait. You don't have to suit up right now, but I'll shut the door either. Peter slowly nods. If you consider, I'll be waiting. Matt gives him a small nod, then walks off down the hall, cane tapping lightly on the floor. Peter just stands there, sandwich in hand, stuck between who he was and who the world still needs him to be. Matt and Karen walk toward the exit. Karen gives Gwen a small smile as they pass. Gwen turns to Peter. You knew them? Peter watches him go, a faint smirk on his face. Yeah, the blind guy. He's a really good lawyer. Gwen raises a brow, amused but confused. Peter just shrugs it off and takes another bite of his sandwich. The moment hangs there, light, almost nostalgic. Then, a face volunteer passes by, whispering something urgently to Gwen. Gwen's expression changes, subtle, focused. She nods, already moving. Journal says, "What?" Gwen turns back to him, gentle but insistent. "Come on." She starts down the hall. Peter hesitates only a second and follows. Peter follows Gwen quickly down the hall. His mind is still racing from everything that's been happening lately, but Gwen's urgency keeps him focused. What's the rush? Just trust me. He reaches the door at the end of the hallway. Gwen pushes the door open and motions for Peter to go inside. Come on, hurry up. Peter steps inside the room, his eyes scanning the space. It's a small, somewhat cluttered room, but it doesn't immediately give him much to focus on. Gwen walks over to a small table by the wall and grabs an unassuming box. She hands it to Peter, her expression serious. What's this? Doesn't matter, just open it. Peter raises an eyebrow, still confused but intrigued. He opens the box. Inside, his jaw drops. It's his suit, the classic red and blue, but it's been repaired, stitched up, and looks better than ever. How do you even have this? It doesn't matter, just put it on. Peter holds it in his hands, feeling its weight. There's a moment of hesitation as he looks at Gwen, still processing everything. No, really. How did you? Gwen's expression softens slightly, but she doesn't give him an answer right away. Instead, she steps forward, raising a hand on his shoulder. After that night, you abandoned this suit. But I knew one day you need it, so I patched it up, fix it. I don't know if you need this, but I know that what's behind that door needs you. Peter stands frozen for a moment, the weight of her words sinking in. He looks at the suit in his hands, then at Gwen. He takes a deep breath. I don't know if I'm ready. You don't have to be. You just have to show up. Whatever's behind that door, it's counting on you. Peter slowly nods, then begins to change into the suit. There's a sense of finality in his movements, like he's ready to take that step, even if it feels like it's the hardest one to make. Alright, are you ready? Gwen steps forward and opens the door. She looks back at Peter, her voice filled with excitement. Alright, here he is. The one, the only, the spectacular Spider-Man! Peter steps through the door and into the room. As soon as he crosses the threshold, the kids burst into applause and excited chatter. Peter's eyes widen as he takes in the sight. The room is covered with Spider-Man memorabilia. Posters, drawings, newspaper clippings, everything is a tribute to Spider-Man. Among the kids, there's Timothy Tim Harrison wearing a Spider-Man shirt, his face lighting up when he sees his hero. Nathan, Spider-Man, wearing a full Spider-Man costume, nearly vibrating with excitement. Leia, proudly holding up newspapers of Spider-Man's latest moments. John Jameson, who stands off to the side, a little quieter than the rest but with a smile on his face. Peter looks around, amazed. This was their space. His space. Hey, what's up everybody? The kids rush up to him, swarming him with questions, laughter, and admiration. The joy is contagious. Tim hands Spider-Man an action figure. Nathan offers his idea for a sidekick name, Spider-Bite. Later pulls out her collection of newspaper clippings. Even John stands there quietly, watching. Peter notices the quiet smile on his face. Wow, you guys should look up to me, huh? I looked up to you? Yeah, you're the greatest, Spider-Man. We've been waiting for you. Peter looks around at the walls full of memorabilia. Action figures, photos, drawings, even a shelf filled with Spider-Man comics. Kids have idolized him, and the room feels like a shrine of his legacy. A quiet pride grows up in Peter as he realizes the impact his hands to kids and how much they mean it. It's amazing. You're Spider-Man, born from the news. You're real. Peter smiles. You're not talking to kids more. We got to a montage of Spider-Man in the office room, with Spider-Man doing flips with the kids, Nathan shooting imaginary webs, Leia showing Spidey for newspaper clippings, Tim giving Spider-Man a drawing, John Jameson simply watching inside, quiet but smiling, and Peter gently patting the shoulder. And then a bit later. Alright everyone, Mr. Spider-Man needs to go get some rest now. He's got a very important job of sleeping. And you guys did some rest too. Aww. Bye Mr. Spider-Man. Bye Spider-Man. The kids wave. In her ushered out room, their voices fading as they leave. Peter stays behind, still in the suit. He turns slowly, take it all in. Drawings, headlines, photos. It's overwhelming, quiet, meaningful. You okay? Yeah, I think I'll stay here for a while. Look around. Take all the time you need. She turns to go, gently pulling the door open. When? She pauses, turns back. Thank you. Gwen gives him a warm smile, nods, and slips out. As Gwen gently closes the door behind her, she turns and sees a teen waiting just outside. Miles Morales, a mix of nerves and excitement. Hey, do you think I could talk to him? Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. The room is quiet now. Warm lights glow softly on the walls filled with clippings, drawings, and relics. Spider-Man stands alone, still suited up and masked. He gazes at the worn-out framed artwork on the wall. Spider-Man, no more. Peter lingers, breathing, remembering. A nervous voice cuts through the silence. Hi. Spider-Man turns. Miles Morales stands awkwardly at the doorway, trying to play it cool, feeling miserably. Hoodies zip up halfway, shoulders tense. I, uh, I'm Miles. Miles Morales. Big fan, huge. I mean, you probably get that a lot. Spider-Man tips his head slightly. Classic spider gesture. Appreciate it, Miles. Sorry, it's just kinda surreal, you know? Meeting the Spider-Man. Not on a rooftop or swinging off a bridge, just, you know, just standing here in a room full of, you. He gestures to the memorabilia. Peter doesn't say much, just a quiet nod. Then, how did Gwen even find you anyway? She's resourceful. Let's just say she knew where to look, and I wasn't exactly hiding well. Guess not if she showed up in full spandex. Peter shrugs playful. Old habits die hard. The lightness fades as Miles looks around the room, the weight of what it all means catching up. After that night, everyone turned their backs on me. The press, cops, even some of the other heroes. But not me. Not them. Peter stays quiet, shoulders suddenly tense. Why? Because you never turned your back on us. He walks further in, eyes searching the walls. Tim's been fighting cancer since he was 6. Same with Nathan and John. But every time they come here, they're wearing Spider-Man shirts or drawing you in their notebooks. Like you're part of their fight. I didn't know. Leia's been on the street since she was 10. You save her. After some villain knocked over half a block in Hell's Kitchen, you stayed behind, gave her your jacket, said, "It's not much, but it's warm." She's never forgotten that. She breathes deeply. No words yet. And me? You saved me too. Subway platform. Mugger with a knife. You stopped him. Handed me my bag and said, "You're not weak for being scared. You're strong for getting back up." It stuck with me. All of us. Miles stands still and all, or steadier now, facing the max figure of Spider-Man. So when things got bad, we didn't ask, what would Cap do? Or what would Iron Man do? We asked, what would Spider-Man do? Peter looks down. The mask can hide the weight of those words. A pause. Then, and what if Spider-Man doesn't know anymore? A silence. Miles shakes his head. Then we wait for him to remember. Beat. Then, hypothetically speaking, it's okay, you know. If I had powers like yours, Miles touches the spider bite in his hand, almost without realizing. If I could, swing around, climb walls, do all that, you just tell me. Peter breathes in and replies carefully, like each word is secret. Someone once told me, you've been given a gift. Some might call it a curse. It's power. And with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Miles takes that in, his finger still on the Bible. That's heavy, but yeah, makes sense. He hesitates, then shares something with her. He started volunteering here, at least a couple months ago. Peter looks over. He moved here like 3, maybe 5 years ago. Things were rough at first. We didn't know anyone. Money was tight. A small smile rose on Miles' face. Then I met this woman, May Parker. There's just tightened just a little. She helped us out. Got my mom some help when she needed it. I just feel like we weren't alone in the city. We listened in silence. So, when I saw Feast again, I signed up. Felt like the least I could do. Be part of what she built. Try to do what she did for us. She would have liked you. Mouse. It means the world. A small, respectful silence passes. I should get going. Mouse nods, understanding. Yeah, alright. Beer starts to run the door and stops. You're good with them, you know? The kids. I look up to you. Mouse gives a sheepish shrug. I guess I learned from the best. Peter pauses, a small smirk forming on the mask. He turns and exits, leaving Miles alone to build Spider-Man's legacy. Cut black. Spider-Man, now in full red and green, a cleaner, renewed suit. He perches on a rooftop, looking out at the city. The wind picks up. The camera pushes in. He breathes in, then twip. He swings off into the night. The music swells, hopeful, triumphant. He's back. We cut to New York City. Various locations, a day-to-night montage. The sun fades behind the skyline. New York bustles, but there's quiet tension. The stage has been set in front of Oscorp Tower. Reporters swarm, cameras flash, a large digital banner reads, Project Rain, the future of safety. Norman Osborn, clean-shaven and confident, adjusts his tie as he prepares behind the stage. By his side are Harry Osborn and MJ Watson, tense. Black Cat and Daredevil survey the crowd from above. He's activating it. We've got no time left. We have to warn him. Tombstone will have his way. God knows what monster he is. Have you contacted Peter? He's not coming back. Right now, the city needs us. The office. You called them? They're on their way. We glimpse New York street level heroes slipping into the crowd. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Echo, Cloak and Dagger, Kate Bishop, tightening her bowstring amongst the others. Moon Knight, perched high above, cape floating in the wind, watching the chaos below. They're ready. Harry tries to call Peter again. No answer. He's still not picking him up. Shame. I wish he was here. We helped build this. Dad, what is history? This is your legacy. Daredevil walks in calmly, mask on, security tenses. I need to speak with Norman Osborn. They hesitate. Let him through. Daredevil and Norman walk side by side. You can't launch whatever this is. Lincoln is using you. Tombstone is other plans. You're just a costume thug in a mask. You think your word holds weight over science? If you do this, innocent people will die. Don't let history remember you as the man who armed the devil. Norman says nothing. After a beat, he straightens his jacket. Says the man in the devil horns. Excuse me, the future is waiting. Norman steps up to the podium. Applause erupts. Project Rain drones float behind him like a halo. Elegant, almost angelic. New York! The applause dies down. For years, the city has relied on heroes to save it. People will run toward danger when the rest of us couldn't. But tonight, it isn't about replacing them. It's about honoring what they taught us. The crowd leans in. That a safer city isn't built by fear, but by people looking out for one another. He gestures behind him. Project Rain was designed to help New York stand on its own, to respond faster, to protect lives, to make sure no one has to face the worst day of their life alone. The applause builds. And it wouldn't exist without the brilliance of its lead developers. He turns proud. My son, Harry Osborn, and his friend, Peter Parker. The crowd applauds louder now. This is not the end of heroes. A quiet, loaded smile. It's the beginning of a city that no longer has to wait to be saved. He raises his hand. New York, I give you Project Rain. We cut to Tombstone's HQ at night. Inside a luxurious but heavily fortified building, a round table of crime bosses assembles. Wilson Fisk, Hammerhead, Silvermane, Roderick Kingsley, Madame Mask, Tarantula, etc., all present. Tombstone stands before them, calm, poised, a tactician ready to strike. What's this, Lincoln? Is it truce? Or a power grab? Neither. The city was built by hands like ours. Are you all fought for your scraps? I built some bases. You see, the problem with kings is they forget gravity exists. Me? I am gravity. Norman activates Project Rain. The drones ignite into a coordinated flight. Elegant, controlled, precise. Crowds cheer, cameras click. Then, a red flash. Tombstone watches the screen. Rain protocol, online. He taps a command. His second screen reads, targets locked, engage. Tombstone's finger hovers, then presses. Time to clean house. The walls explode inward. The drones swarm in. Blades, gas, concussive pulses, weapons everywhere. What the hell is this? You son of a... Welcome to the future. Drones attack turfs across Moon. Fisk's construction sites, Silvermane's drug facilities, Hammerhead's warehouses. Gang war erupts into chaos. And screams, explosions. The city descends into madness. The people scream. Buildings burn. Black Cat, Daredevil, and street-level heroes rush in, helping evacuate civilians. A piece of debris breaks loose from a building and falls. Suddenly, a web line slings it away from a group of kids. No way. From the smoke, Spider-Man and Sword, classic red and blue, battle ready, reborn. Sorry I'm late. The once calm shelter is now alive with chaos. Crowds pour in, families, elders, the wounded. Volunteers rush to help. The weight of the city's gang war presses them from outside. Sirens wail, distant explosions rumble. Inside, the feast banner still hangs proudly, barely. You're safe here, okay? Just breathe. Miles helps a man with a wounded leg toward a cot, while Gwen helps children find their parents. You're alright. You made it, we got you. J. Jonah James and Steve strolled up, helps organize supplies and hands out blankets. There's a far cry from the angry corner of the street. Keep moving, people, come on, keep moving. We're safe here. Let's go. Gwen rushes over to him, nodding with respect. Didn't think I'd see you here. Peter replied, but my son, you'd want me to help. They share quietly. Silence outside grow louder. A rumble shakes the windows. People gasp. How long do you think we've got? Not long, but this is where we're needed. This is what Spider-Man would do. Miles looks out the cracked door, scanning the sky, and I hope he shows up soon. Chaos erupts in the fortified boardroom. Drones clash through the windows, opening fire. Crime bosses duck for cover. Silvermane, now in a sleek reinforced mech suit, roars and charges forward, deflecting a drone blast. Fisk, wearing a tailored exovest beneath his coat, slams the drone into the wall due to his strength. Hammerhead fires a shotgun. Madame Mask dual-wields pistols behind Cleveland. Tarantula dives into hand-to-hand combat in mechanical position. Amid the firefight, Roderick Kingsley watches, eyes calculating. He slings out the door with silence, vanishing into the shadows. Meanwhile, in the city streets, civilians run for cover. Spider-Man lands hard in the burning car with panicking pedestrians. Ahead, Norman, Harry, and MJ are trying to navigate through the chaos. A drone targets them. Twip! A web yanks their way. Spider-Man leaps in front of them. Get to safety! Go! This wasn't supposed to happen. This whole system isn't peace. It's a massacre. Spider-Man turns to MJ. Just for a moment. She looks at him. Recognition. Pain. Something unspoken. And he knows. She's back. She remembers. You okay? MJ nods, holding back emotion. No words. Spider-Man doesn't wait for more. He lunges back into action. Daredevil falls to the roof beside him. Spreading fast. Recognize the tech? Yeah. I helped Oscar design them. You're kidding. It was supposed to be non-lethal. Surveillance, peacekeeping only, to make things better. Not this. Did Tombstone hack it? No. Worse. He has control of it. And if he has full override, he has the kill switch too. Boom! A bright surge of yellow lightning splits the skyline. They both turn toward the Flash. Found him. Back in the Fizz Center, Miles helps a woman carry her child to safety. Gwen checks on an elderly man's wound. In a corner, J. Jonah Jameson hands out bottled water with a scowl and a surprising level of compassion. Suddenly, bang! Bang! The front doors rattle violently. No. Outside, gang members from different factions, some armed, some already bloodied from turf skirmishes, slam against doors. They're trying to get in. They won't get far. These people are scared enough. We're not letting them bring war into here. Miles, help me barricade the side. On it. I crash. Tug smushes the window. A few begin to climb in. You picked the wrong soup kitchen, jackass! Straight. Before they can fully break in. Headlights burst out. The car barrels through the crowd of thugs, knocking several aside before skidding to a halt right outside the entrance. Door kicks open. Karen Page steps out, panting, blood on her sleeves, not hers. Anyone here still standing? Behind her, a few terrified civilians, huddled in the backseat of the trunk. We've got more people. Pull them out of the Lower East Side before the fire spread. We need help getting them inside. Gwen and Miles rush to assist, guiding the newcomers in. We need to lock this place down before more rats crawl in. Then just lock it down. Off in the distance, another explosion roused the walls. But inside, at least for now, there's light, warmth, and the will to fight. Back in the city streets, the fires rage, sirens wail in the distance. Street-level heroes scramble across rooftops, guiding civilians, battling chaos. Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Black Cat perch atop a building, overlooking the direction of the explosion that rocked the skyline, the one caused by Electro. Sending them all to each other apart, and destroying the rest of us. Classic divide and conquer. So what's the plan? We go in. Get the others to hold the scene. Evacuate what they can. This ends at Tombstone's doorstep. Already on it. He raises a gun to his mouth. Secure line connecting the streets level team. All units. Spider-Man's heading to the eye of the storm. Tombstone's HQ. Hold the line. Keep the people safe. Hero voices crackle back. Luke Cage, Kate Bishop, Moon Knight, Jessica Jones, Mr. Knight. Ready. Spider-Man slings a web line and dives. Black Cat flows him off the rooftop. Daredevil exhales and jumps after them. Back to Tombstone's HQ. Fires burn inside the opulent building, smoke clouding the shattered chandeliers and bullet through the walls. What's left of the New York crime lords is in full panic. Hammerhead fires a custom shotgun off the broken window and drone. Tarantula trades blows with Silvermane. Madame Mask reloads her golden sidearm. Wilson Fisk rips the table in half and uses it as a shield. Silvermane, in a sleek silver exosuit, lays down suppressive fire from a mounted shoulder cannon, clanking with each mechanical step. Tombstone, towering and collected, walks through the inferno like he owns it. Electro crackles beside him, his yellow lightning coursing through the floor. Let them meet each other. When you're done, we rebuild from the ashes. With respect, boss. When do I get to fry something again? Patience, Max. You'll know when. Crash! Spider-Man smashes through the ceiling, landing in front of them in a 3-point stance. Found you. Black Cat flips in beside him, claws out, but not playing. From behind, Daredevil lands in a crouch, his billy clubs drawn. No more shadows to hide beneath him. You finally grew a spine, Spider-Man. Shame, it's too late. I don't even know why those drones have guns. It's not what they were made for. They were supposed to protect people. Non-lethal, peacekeeping tech. You twisted it to a weapon. That's the funny thing about that. Eventually, someone stops pretending. Boom! Electro unleashes his massive lightning burst, blasts through the walls, avoid distraction, while the part over them. Move! See clatter as a shockwave scatters the room. In the distance, the other crime lords take cover of drones on each other with pure animal. We end this. Now. Let's make it count. Let's lift them charge. Spider-Man charges toward Tombstone. Zap! Blast of yellow lightning knocks him across him. Electro. Finally, time to fight the spider. Been waiting for a long time for this. You know, it's working. You really ought to work in your opening lines. They launch into battle. Lightning bolts crack arcs across the room and Spidey flips, dodges, and counters, drawing Electro down the hallway. The duel blasting through walls and wrecking them through. Black Cat and Daredevil leap into action, going for Tombstone. Tombstone roars and charges. He knocks both of them away. But then Mask and Tarantula intercept Black Cat. There's a brutal chewy brawl of claws, blades, and bullets. Daredevil gets back up, only to be tackled by Fisk. Nice to see you again, Fisk. Likewise, Mr. Warlock. They clash. Fisk is flying. Tombstone springs for Fisk, but is intercepted by Hammerhead, who slams him on the head first. Silvermane, in full armor, lunges to the chaos, turning it into an explosive triple threat. Hammerhead versus Silvermane versus Tombstone. The HQ shakes with every impact. War is erupted. Back to Feast. The center is packed with civilians. Scared, tired, confused. Cots, blankets, and donated supplies fill the space. Sirens and distant gunfire echo outside. Gwen Stacy moves to the room, checking on people. She's calm, but Her eyes flick anxiously toward her phone. She's trying to keep it together. Karen Page stands near the entrance with a few volunteers, helping guide in more evacuees. She carries a clipboard and a concerned expression. In one corner, a group of kids gather. Tim, Nathan, Aya, and a quiet, younger John Jason. He clutches a tattered Spider-Man plushie, eyes wide, glued to the chaos unfolding around him. He's gonna come, right? He always does. Every time. Unless something happened. Gwen kneels beside him, offering a warm, reassuring smile. Hey, he's out there. He's probably saving 100 people right now, just like always. Little John looks up, quietly nodding. Save for everyone. Karen walks over, dancing around the room before leaning toward him. Still got that man Spider-Man? Trying. He's up to the up. Karen frowns. So he's a friend of mine. If anyone can end this before it gets worse, it's them. I know. Suddenly, a loud boom rocks the building. The lights flicker. A chunk of the ceiling cracks and collapses into this corridor. Screams, panic, dust fills the air. A section of the wall crumbles. The support team, tipping toward the young faculty. People back away. No one moves to help with that. Except one. Miles Morales. He stares at the crumbling wreckage. His breath quickens. He looks around. No one's watching. What will Spider-Man do? What will Spider-Man do? He dashes forward. With a deep grunt, Miles plants his feet and lifts the broken beam, buying just enough time for trap bandits involved. They run, coughing, confused, never realizing the safety. Miles steps back into the crowd, quiet, no music. Takes out his hands, back near the kids. Where is he? Karen glances at Gwen. We better hope he's on his way. Gwen checks her phone again. Still, no answer. She stares at the screen. Ward. Come on, Peter. Back to Tombstone's HQ. Spider-Man dodges blasts of yellow electricity as Electro lets out a low, dangerous laugh, eyes sparking. You got no idea how long I've waited for this. Ain't no more running, no more hiding. Just me and the bug I'm about to roast. Let me guess, you practiced that line in the mirror? Shut up! He launches a thunderous blast. Spider-Man flips, lands on the catwalk above. Wow, still going with the electric cycle routine, huh? You ever consider therapy? Electro growls, fires again. The blast scorches the control panel. Alarms blare. Behind Spidey, a massive water tank shudders above. Oh, hey look, it's the plumbing, my favorite sidekick. Spider-Man leaps down, beating Electro on the catwalk. You're done, Spider. Ain't gonna be no punchline this time. Actually, you got a shocking twist coming up. He yanks hard. The tank overpelled backwards. Water explodes downward, drenching Electro just as he rears for another attack. Electro screams, his power short out, violently with a cascade of sparks and smoke. He convulses, collapses in the rising steam. Lights out. Black Cat claws with Tarantula, kicks her through a pillar, and dodges a bullet from Madame Mask. With a final uppercut, Mask goes down. I was wrong. Daredevil and Kingpin face off in the clearing chaos of fighting mobsters, flickering lights and smoke. Fisk adjusts his high-end armored coffee, subtle but tech enhanced. Still hiding behind the mask, Murdoch. Still clinging to the idea that you're different from me. I don't need to hide. I just need to make sure you never stand again. You think justice is blind. It's not. It's bought, paid for, like everything else in the city. And it's time someone took it back. The clash, a brutal flurry of strikes. Daredevil ducks, weaves, lands a perfect combo to the ribs and jaw. Fist staggers. You're still the broken little boy pretending to be a soldier. You're still the monster who raised this war. With the one last swing of the baton, fist drops. Tombstone charges the view, throwing their death across the ring. Spider-Man lands hard beside him, behind him, webbing Tombstone's feet in charge. Blackhead strikes from the side, they're coordinating now. They wear him down, hit after hit. Finally, Spider-Man's uppercut lunges him to a table. Alright, Tombstone, where's the console? Where's the system that's controlling those drones? You think there's a magic off switch? Cute. Doc, doesn't matter. You shut this down. I already won. Still scared, bleeding. My rivals are in each other's throats. The heroes are spread thin. And the people? They're begging for someone to take control. It doesn't go away with a keystroke. He turns his bruised face toward Daredevil. And you, the devil of Hell's Kitchen, always crawling out of the shadows, preaching justice late in summer. But I've seen your type. You don't fight for the law. You fight because you like pain. A man who likes to hurt people and pretends justice. Then to Black Cat, a slow, twisted grin. And you, I finally remember you. Artie, the girl who volunteered for that enhancement experiment. The daughter of a convicted cat burglar. Still chasing some fantasy redemption. He turns his head to Spider-Man, smirking through a cracked tooth. And you. Let's not really pretend. Have you forgotten? I know who you are, Peter Parker. You can put me in a cage, break every bone. And you. Let's not really pretend. Have you forgotten? I know who you are, Peter Parker. You could put me in a cage, break every bone I've got. It won't matter. I've made my point. Your city is eating itself. Your enemies, scrambling. Your allies, bleeding. And you're back in the spotlight. The second I'm out, and I will get out, I'll remind the world who you really are, and make sure there's nothing left for you to swing back to. Wham! Blackhead is not home. Sleep it off, Rockhead. Spider-Man's phone vibrates. It's Gwen. Peter. Freeze is under attack. Kids are here. Karen's helping, but we're overwhelmed. You need to get here. He stiffens, dances through Daredevil and Felicia. You find a way to shut it down. Go. They need you, Spider. Peter nods, briefly softened. Thanks. He swings out the shattered glass window into the chaos of the night. He caught back the feast. The walls tremble, screams echo. The burning city bleeds into the sanctuary. Kids huddle together. Tim, Leia, Nathan, John, scared but clinging to hope. Gwen and Karen keep them back. Suddenly, crash! A gang of armed thugs bust through the side doors. Some are bruised, others terrified. They're everywhere. Drones. Killing people like flies. Out of the way! Out of the way! Give us anything you got. Meds, food, cover. Others just drop their knees. Please, just help us. Chaos, panic. Gwen tries to shoot the kids. Karen stands her ground with a metal pole, ready to swing. Then, a red mirror crashes through a broken window. Everyone, back. Stay behind me. Leaps into action, wiping guns, his armed looters, flipping over the beam, kicking a tug across the room. No one's getting hurt tonight. Not a mile from He stands in front of the kids, breathing hard, lost in the firelight beneath his mask. You came back. You think I'd miss me like my favorite fan club? The moment is cut short. Doors burst open again. More thugs flood in. Spider whirls around, fists clench. Guess we're doing this the hard way. A shrill, bone-shaking whistle pierces the chaos. Everyone stops. The thugs freeze. Spider-Man burns slowly. Crackling flames pour like a curtain. From the smoke, something flies. A chain spear. It strikes the thug, yanks him, screaming to the fire. Another one. What the hell is that? The thugs back away, terrified. I'm out, man. I'm out. The fire dims, just enough to see. Kraven, the hunter, steps through the blaze, his silhouette born of flame and death. His fur-lined coat smolders, his eyes burn gold. He keeps whistling, low, calm, like a predator stalked prey. Leave. This spider is mine. He scans the room, thugs flee, even the fearless will fear. Spider-Man stares him down. No more running, no more distractions. The hunt ends. You've danced long enough, Spider-Man. From rooftops to shadows, hiding behind guilt, behind grief, behind mask. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm done running. Good. Kraven lunges. His chained spear whips past Spider-Man, who ducks and fires web line. The yanking gun of burning beam blocked the path of Kraven's shooting. Everyone, out the back, move! Karen and Gwen guide the kids away, casting one last glance in the air. Kraven watches them go. Not out of mercy, but because they are not afraid. The city burns, and still you choose to protect them. There is honor in that. It makes you predictable. Repair things happen in town. Drones tear through the city. People die. I don't have time for excuses. If you fall tonight, let the city fall. Your sins, your weakness will die with you. Kraven charges. Two clash. Claws against webs. Fists against them. They tear through walls and walls, crashing into sport rooms, shattering glass. Spider-Man flips to the stairwell. Kraven pursues, launching his changed spear. Whip. It took Spider-Man's ankle, yanking him. They crash through a wall, tumble into another corridor. Things came to me. People are dying out there. Everything dies. It's nature. But not everything burns worthy yet. You've created the broken, begged the bleeding to stay. But him, the boy with the trembling hands, and your name is yours. You chose to end it. Don't lie to yourself, Spider. That wasn't justice. That was mercy, wearing a mask. Kraven slams Spider-Man through a door of another stairwell. Flames stretch across the skyline, the city streets below. Spider-Man tumbles to the rooftop, scorched. Kraven rises, steady and unshaken, illuminated by firelight, light. You've always run, Spider, from guilt, from loss, from the truth of who you are beneath the mask. Death is more than you know, and yet, here you are, still pretending and carried away from God. You are not a predator. You're not. You're not a predator. You're the wounded animal. Behind the eyes, praying, no one sees you. Spider-Man swings. Kraven dodges and drives Peter's ribs. Peter reels. Kraven slumps against the vent. wraps the chain around someone. Wear that mask like armor. It is just another skin to shed down ends. Peter bursts forward. He grapple, fist flying. Spider-Man does a punch. Kraven deflects its with an elbow. The hunter is relentless. A weapon, but merciless. All this time, you weren't running from me. You were running from yourself. He throws Spider-Man across steel AC. Peter struggles to rise, blood trailing from his lip. Kraven steps toward him, looming like death itself. You don't get to decide sense. No. You do. Spider-Man charges, a final desperate strike. Kraven sidesteps and drives his spear into Spider-Man's gut. Peter gasps, stunned. Kraven kicks him hard. Smash! Spider-Man crashes through a roof of skylight. Glass raining around him. Falls. Crashes through ceiling, landing hard in the center of the hall. Barely conscious. Gasp erupt from the crowd. Kids, civilians, Red, Garrett, Walter. Smoke swirls. Spider-Man doesn't move. He's down. Kraven stands above, cloak flickering in the wind, silhouette against the flames. Time to die. Smoke closer to broken beams. The flames outside flicker. Spider-Man lies motionless in the room. Mask cracked, suit torn, breathing shallow. Kids, Tim, Leia, Nathan, John, huddle close with Gwen again, watching from a safe distance, hearts pounding. Gwen kneels beside Peter, gently shaking. Peter? No answer. Just a faint, weakening rise of his chest. The camera holds on him, broken, still. We cut to a flashback. Takes place shortly after Peter's moment with the kids and his talk with Miles. The city below is quiet, for now. The door creaks open. Spider-Man steps out on the rooftop, fully suited, mask off, sweaty and weary. He walks to the ledge, ready to swing. He stops. You always stick out like a thief? Peter flinches, turns, surprised. J. Jonah Jameson stands at the far end, lit by a nearby sign, cigarette glowing, Anthony's clone. It's not what it looks like. Kid, cut the crap. I know you're Spider-Man. Okay, it's exactly what it looks like. Wait, how do you know? I'm a newsman. I find things out for a living. And you're not exactly subtle. Peter awkwardly lowers his hand from his web shooter. So, what now? If I wanted to expose you, you'd be on every screen in Times Square by now. Peter tilts his head, surprised. You've met him, right? My son, John. Quiet, but a bit of a science nut. Said he wants to be an astronaut. Yeah, good kid. Little shy. Kinda reminded me of me. 2 years ago, all hell broke loose. Gunfire, explosions. I thought I lost him. But then you showed up. You pulled him out of that wreckage like it was your own. Jameson's voice breaks, just a bit. A year after that, he got diagnosed. Cancer, stage 4. Oh, I shared it to bury hope. But not him. He looked me in the eye and said, "If Spider-Man doesn't give up, then neither will I." Peter stares, silent. It hits him deep. "I've said a lot of things about you. Wrote worse. I thought I was protecting the city. The truth is, I was scared. Scared you were doing something I couldn't. I never wanted credit. I know. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. For all of it." A beat. The wind howls past them. Quiet. "You saved my son. And now he fights because you do. So, whatever happens out there, he steps closer. Don't stop swinging." Peter nods, heavy with emotion. "I won't." He pulls his mask back on, turns toward the edge. "Hey, Parker." Peter looks back one last time. "Make it mean something." Peter doesn't answer. He dives to the night, as we cut back to black. Spider-Man lies still, broken in the debris. Gwen calls out to him, frantic. "Peter, come on. Wake up, please." She gently taps his cheek, shakes him, eyes wide with fear. Thud! The sound of heavy boots landing. Kraven the Hunter steps down from the shattered floor above, calm, towering, radiating death. Smoke coils behind him like a curtain. Gwen stands facing herself with Kraven in fear. "Do not get near him. Move." His voice is a blade, cold, final. "No." Kraven, wasted. He steps forward, then, "Get up." Kraven pauses. James in the shadows, eyes locked on fear, his voice low, breaking. "Real. Get up, Spider-Man." The kids, Tim, Leia, Nathan, John, all watching now, holding hands, trembling. "Come on. You can do it. Please, don't stay down. Get up." "Get up, Spider-Man!" Slowly, his fingers twitch. Kraven's expression hardens, disbelieving. Spider-Man, battered and bloody, rises, piece by piece, groaning, shaking, but rising. Mask half torn, one eyelid shattered. He stares Kraven down. "Awesome. Why? You have no chance, no strength, no hope. You've already lost. So why do you get back up? How?" "Because I am Spider-Man." He pulls down the ruined half of his mask, full face now, bruised, defiant, alive. Kraven lunges, the final round begins. Blades clash, webs fly, the room shakes with every hit. Kraven roars, charging like a beast. Spider-Man sidesteps, rolls, flips, trading blows with everything he has left. Kraven slices, Spider-Man ducks, punches to the gut, elbow to the jaw. Kraven stumbles. Clang! One of Kraven's blades skids across the floor, moves to reach it. Pick it up. Kraven freezes. Go on. Pick it up. Kraven glances down at the blade, then at Peter. "I know I can't beat you. Not really. I don't know what you are. A ghost, a hunter, a super soldier, death itself, or just some crook working for someone worse. I don't care. I have my sins, but I'll never stop fighting. I don't fight for myself. I fight for them. For the people who believe, even when it hurts, even when it costs everything. Because if I don't, who will?" Kraven stares, silent. He doesn't reach for the blade. He steps back instead, eyes unmeetable. Then, that same eerie whistle escapes his lips and smacks to the rising smoke. I came for the spider. I found the man. With one final look, he vanishes, gone into the smoke, into the fire, like a ghost. The haze of smoke still lingers from Kraven's exit. The streets around Feast are scorched and broken, but there's a fragile stillness now. Spider-Man stands there, hunched and breathless, a silhouette against a burning skyline. Slowly, Gwen rushes toward him. The kids follow, their faces lit with awe and tears. "You came back. You really came back. We didn't think you would, but we hoped. Hope's the one thing they can do for us." He steadies himself, almost collapsing, but remains upright. "You're our hero." Spider-Man turns to the children, something inside him suffering, breaking. "No, you are. You're why I get up, every single time." Suddenly, a sharp pause in his speaks. "Spidey, you there?" The situation's gotten worse. "Go ahead." The drone network is in deadlock. No overrides. We can shut them down. There's one last option. A failsafe, buried in the system. Final mark. What is it? He designates a single target for full system elimination. One mark. 1%. No stopping it once it's locked. Then make me the mark. No. No, Peter. It's suicide. Absolutely not. If I don't, a lot more people will. Peter climbs up the stairs to the rooftop. Gwen follows him, catching up just as he reaches the edge, eyes on the ruined skyline. "Peter, what did he say?" "There's no other way." "Wait. No. Don't say that. The system's locked. Deadlocked. No way to shut it down, except one. I draw them away and take the hit." "You're talking like it's over. It has to be me, Gwen. There's no time." I can't lose you too. I've seen people I care about vanish. My father die. I've seen Steve turn his back on me, call you a murderer, a monster. But I never believed them, not for a second. Because I saw you. I saw the real you. The one who shows up. The one who never stops. And now that I finally understand why you care so much, you're just going to disappear? I have to tell you something. I love you, Pete. I've loved you since the beginning. You were assigned to Jeremy, remember? You were awkward as hell. Barely made eye contact. But you listened. You didn't just see me as the girl whose dad died in blind shooting. It's a broken thing to be repeated. You actually saw me. You're the only one who got close. Whenever backed away from everything I was carrying. Whenever treated me like I needed fixing. You always carried the weight of the world on your shoulders, Pete. Always trying to save everyone, even when it breaks you. But you don't have to die to be a hero. Not to me. Peter reaches up and gently removes his mask. No words. Leans in, places a soft, lingering kiss on Gwen's forehead. A promise. Goodbye. And turns and leaps off the edge. Gwen chokes back a sob, clutching her chest. "Where's Spider-Man?" Gwen doesn't answer. She stares into the horizon, into nothing, breaking. "Felicia, Matt, do it. Pete, have you absolutely no more time. Just make it count." A heavy pause. Then, final mark. Confirmed. The sky shift. Drones from all corners of the city light up red, pivoting toward the once hero point, Spider-Man. He swings across the skyline, fast, precise. Every camera, every screen in the city lights up, broadcasting live. Is that? It's Spider-Man! Everyone watches, Jameson among them. Oxford Kid. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Kate Bishop, all watch as the soars past. Every rooftop, every window, the city sees him. One man against an arm. Spider-Man reaches the bridge. He grabs a cable, spins it hard, using his full momentum, a slingshot in the air, toward the river. The drones chase, a blinding flash of light, a deafening explosion, and then silence. The waters ripple and settle. Nothing remains. No mask, no trace. Only the reflection of the city that just lost its greatest protector. We got to the East River. Overcast sky, the wind dances gently across the surface of the water. The city is quieter than usual, still healing from its recent wounds. On a worn bench overlooking the river, MJ sits alone, coffee in hand. Her hair dances with the breeze. She stares at the water with stillness in her eyes, one that carries memory. Footsteps approach. Someone sits beside her. It's Peter Parker, alive, quiet, a subtle smile on his face, dressed simply, not a costume inside. You always need to find the best spots. That or they find me when I eat them. He smiles faintly, chuckles. How's the coffee? Still the worst in the city? Absolutely. Burnt and bitter. It's perfect. So, how have you been? I've been, good. Really good. Things feel quiet. For once. Me and Harry just signed a lease to a new place in Brooklyn. I think, I think I'm happy. You deserve to be. A moment of quiet. The wind picks up. MJ glances at him, searching. And you? Still standing. Most days, I even remember to breathe. They share a soft smile. And Peter's voice shifts, more serious now. Gentle, but direct. So why did you really want to meet MJ? She looks away for a beat. Then back at him. Her voice is quiet. Because I remember. Peter's breath stills. He blinks. What? I don't know how or why. Maybe it's a side effect. Maybe it's just me. But it started coming back. In flashes at first, then dreams, then memories. The spell, the battles, Spider-Man. You. She places a hand gently over her heart. I remember everything. Peter stares at her. For a long beat, he says nothing. His eyes shimmer, but he holds it in. I didn't want to drag you back into that life. You were safe. Happy. I know. And I am. I really am. I love Harry, yes. good, kind. He makes me feel warm. Peter nods, slowly, accepting it, respecting it. And you've got Gwen now. She's lucky. She's good for you. She sees me. Not the suit, not the headlines, just me. MJ nods. Silence follows. MJ exhales deeply. Still, I bet they were fun. Peter grins. It's fun. The best kind of chaos. She looks at him one last time. Really looks at him. Goodbye, Peter. She leans in, kisses him softly on the cheek. A final, quiet goodbye. MJ walks off, her figure disappearing in the city crowd. Peter stays seated, eyes forward. The water ripples, the sky stretches far. His gaze lingers on the horizon. For a moment, all is still. The sun beams over the skyline. A gentle breeze whips through the streets. For the first time in a long time, the city breathes. A group of children run across a crosswalk below. 3 of them wear cheap store-bought Spider-Man masks. No here inside, just kids being kids. A city that never sleeps. Newark never stops. It never slows down. But sometimes it remembers. A crowd's gathered. North of it, the statue of Spider-Man, cast in bronze, its wing, mask lifted just enough to show part of his face. The inscription reads, "In honor of the one who always got back up, our protector, our friend, our Spider-Man." Kids watch with wide eyes. John, Tim, Leia, and Nathan stand at the feast staff. Tim probably wears a red hood. Their parents turn in silence. Behind the crowd, feast volunteers for food. Laugh, organize supplies. Life continues. He gave people hope. People like me. People like them. In the streets of New York, Luke Cage helps rebuild the community center. Jessica Jones watches from afar, sipping coffee. Mr. Knight and me patrol the neighborhood. On the nearby wall, a massive mural reads, "We'll always remember Spider-Man." Across the street, a teenager helps an elderly man pick up groceries that spill onto the sidewalk. No powers, no suit, just kindness. He inspired a silly heroes to fight hard, to stand tall. We cut the Daily Bugle. J. Jonah Jameson addresses the press, his voice strong and remorseful. Behind him, digital headlines update live. L. Thompson Lincoln exposed. Spider-Man was right. Truth revealed. The man behind the drones. Karen Page stands among the reporters. Jonah's speech echoes. He made me see the truth. Reo Holland. We got to a courthouse. Tombstone, cuffed and scorned, is led through a courtroom. He stares out to the crowd, like Norman Osborn and Harry, seated quietly. Norman lowers his head, racked with guilt. Matt Murdock stands at the prosecution's table, composed. Karen Page is beside him, files in hand. Even the people who helped shape the world had to face what it became. He got back to feast. The statue, a black gloved hand, lays a single white lily at the foot of the statue. Felicia Hardy, now in civilian clothes, whispers something under her breath. Thanks for everything, Spider. She looks up at the statue, then walks off without a word. We cut to a coffee shop. Matt Murdock sits with Karen, sipping coffee, laughing in the air. For a moment, everything feels normal. Then, his head tilts slightly. A heartbeat. Familiar. Steady. Across the street, a man in civilian clothes helps a child tie their shoe. Matt smiles faintly. Some people knew, not how, not why. They knew he was out there, in the streets, above the skyline, or in their hearts. Got to a green park, a bench overlooking the river. Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy sit together on a bench. No mask, just peace. Peter watches the river flow. A child nearby laughs loudly. Peter laughs too, freely, without thinking about it. He leans to Gwen, eyes closed for a moment, as the wind dances through her hair. They smile, genuine, grounded. For once, maybe that was enough. Cut to ESU. Graduation. Peter, Gwen, and classmates toss their caps in the air. Crowd cheers. Peter looks skyward, smiling softly. No music's wrong. Just sound. Just life. Then we cut on a Brooklyn rooftop. Miles Morales, in a patched together red hoodie and a store-bought Spidey mask, stands at the edge of the rooftop. Below him, the city moves, alive, strong. His breathing is calm, but there's fire in his eyes. He taught me how to get out of the cover, how to ignore the distance from the ground. My name is Miles Morales, and I'm Spider-Man. Leaps as we cut back. We got to Ravencroft inside a prison cell. Tombstone sits, arms crossed, smoking. Across the cell, Electro, Maxton, taps his foot, and fine by power dampening collar. Footsteps approach. The guard stops at the doors. Finally, let's get out of here. No response. The guard just stares. Then, a suppressed shot hits Tombstone straight in the head. His body slumps. Electro flinches, wide-eyed. What the hell? The guard looks at him. Calm. You're not the one who wants dead. The big man's expecting you. Big man? I thought he was the big man. Sterile lights hum over high-tech floors. Electro is led down a long corridor by the same guard. They enter a chamber, sleek, cold, modern. Screens flicker. Footage of drone destruction, a blurred image of Kraven, whereabouts unknown. The diagram, Project Rain, terminated. 6 encrypted profiles, 1 marked, pending. In the center of the room sits a figure, alone, in shadows. Behind a glass desk. Behind him on display, mannequin heads bearing masks, a cracked hobgoblin mask, a fedora and goggles, a maskless bust, and at the center, a sleek, menacing, green goblin mask. Electro steps forward, eyes flicking around the room. Alright, what's all this? Who the hell are you? The guard beside him flickers. Face glitches, revealing the chameleon. The seated figure doesn't move. His voice is slow, methodical, but commanding. I've gone by many names. Kingsley, the big man, the voice behind the curtain. He slowly rises from his chair, tall, composed, still veiled in the shadows. He walks past the hobgoblin mask, pausing to glance at it. Roderick Kingsley served his purpose. A mask behind the mask. That leads. Poor boy. Wrong place. Wrong frame. Wrong grave. In Lincoln, Tombstone thought himself untouchable. He made noise, drew blood. But while he screamed, I whispered. While he fought for fear, he studied control. He steps toward his slave mask. While the city bled, I listened. While they played hero and villain, I studied the news. And while the spider fought on rooftops, I built the web. Electro watches uneasily as the shadowed man picks up the green goblin mask, admiring it with eerie reverence. Everything you've known was just Act 1. This is the start of something far more entertaining. Electro tenses. You still haven't answered me. Who the hell are you? The man steps just slightly to the edge of light, enough to show the Roderick Kingsley face beneath the shadows. Then, he turns back, re-entering darkness. He lifts the goblin mask and puts it on. Names don't matter, Mr. Dillon. Only mask. The spider's gone, and with him, the last thread holding the city together. It's time the game changed. Behind him, the monitors flicker. Project Rain, terminated. Phase 2, incoming. 6, initiates, awaiting deployment. Targets, pending. The blurred faces of 5 villains and 1 empty slot. Electro glares toward the screens, unnerved, but intrigued. Now, let's begin. And that concludes the Prewrite trilogy, the college trilogy. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, if you have any comments or anything to say, then feel free to comment down to the comment section down below. And if I've got the time and stuff, I'll be responding to your comments. If you got any questions or so, then yeah, I'll just reply to you at the comment section. But once again, I'm really thankful for all the support and the comments I've been getting. It's just it's just really great, and once again, I'm really sorry if this is coming out like really late also. And I mean, wow, it's coming out when the real Spider-Man 4 is actually coming out. So anyways, I'm really grateful for everything that you've guys just I really can't put into words, but I'm really thankful for the support. And this might be my last video, at least as of now. I don't know if I'm able to make the video ideas that I have in my mind. I have 5 video ideas or so, but yeah, it's either those will be my last videos, or this period of mine will be my last video. So anyways, well, that said and done, this has been the Panic Geek, and I'll see you guys later.